Spirit, who are you? Are you the one I hear following me in the halls?
Wait, what? Amy, has something been following you around? Spirit, are you dangerous? Amy, I don't like this. I'm scared.
It's going to be okay, Vivian. Take deep breaths.
Amy, I want to stop! Amy?
When I saw the trailer for Fear the Spotlight at one of Jeff events of yesteryear, I thought one of two things. It's cool that Blumhouse, I still don't know how to pronounce that yet, is publishing it, and I love the 90s PS1 survival horror aesthetic. That alone made me really want to play the game, so best believe when I finally had the opportunity to recently, I decided this would be the first game I play leading into spooky season, or at least starting spooky season as of when this video is up. Side note, yes, I am currently or have recently finished Silent Hill F. No, I don't think I'll be reviewing it for the channel. I could if people want to know what I think, but I kind of want Silent Hill F to be one of the games that I play just for me, not for reviews. Not saying that the games I play for reviews are like, oh, I'm not going to enjoy this for myself, I'm only going to play it to review it. No, I love most of the games that I review as well. It's just, we have our casual, I don't need to review it games, and our I really want to play this and review it games. That's how it is. That's what I did with Silent Hill 2 Remake, and that's what I did with Stalker 2 as well. Anyway, let's talk about Fear the Spotlight. The gist of Fear the Spotlight's story is that you play as Vivian, initially at least. And after a seance gone wrong with a Ouija board, as you know, tends to happen, she has to go rescue her friend Amy from the warped, otherworldly reality of the Sunnyside School, where they attend. The story goes to quite a few different places. Some cute, some dark, some twisted. Your standard survival horror stuff in a high school setting. Despite how short the story is, I found it very interesting and really good for what it set out to accomplish with so little. I really like Vivian and Amy as characters, but after you unlock Amy's part of the story, I just ended up enjoying her character overall more than Vivian's. Not that Vivian was bad, not at all. I just preferred Amy's personality and stuff to Vivian's. Gameplay wise, there is no combat. Just straight up, no combat. Instead, what you get is stealth gameplay and some puzzles. However, I will say that the stealth is pretty straightforward. Just hide, wait for the threat to pass by, escape and or complete your current objective in the same room in some cases, and that's it. I know that sounds boring, but because of how atmospheric, quiet, and just straight up tense this game can be, it feels anything but. Now, I rarely took damage in this game. In fact, the only time I took damage was in the boss fight at the end of it. I know. I said there's no fighting, and I'm still right. There is no fighting. The boss fight goes differently than you would expect. I'm not going to spoil it, but I really love how they executed that. Anyway, me rarely taking damage or not taking damage at all still didn't stop my heart from racing on occasion. Now, despite what I said about my heart racing and how atmospheric, quiet, and tense that this game can be, I can't really call it scary. Like, I wasn't, getting jump scared every 2 seconds, at least not by a loud noise or whatever. Instead, it's just genuinely unsettling. The scares are very subtle when they do happen. Like, it's the difference between, say, one game where you'll turn a corner and suddenly a monster will appear with a loud trumpet sound like bong or whatever, or something like that. I don't know why bong is a trumpet sound in my head, but you get my point. In this game, it's more like you'll turn that same corner and you'll just see eyes looking at you from the shadows. You can miss it. That's how quiet it is. That's how subtle it is. And honestly, to me, that's a lot scarier than a loud noise jumping in my ear when I can just be looking around the environment and then my eyes just kind of gloss over something. I go, wait, what is that? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I'm staying away from you. Fear my spotlight, flashlight. But I will also say that I think that Amy's portion of the story is scarier than Vivian's, if I had to compare the two. Fear the Spotlight takes about 3 to 6 hours to complete. And with how little gameplay there is besides puzzles and stealth, you might find that you're spending more time slowly running around the game and reading lore than you are actually engaging with it, because there's not much gameplay beyond that, and there aren't a lot of cutscenes beyond the few that you get. This didn't bother me at all, since I think the pacing of the game works to its benefit. But if you're looking at the $20 price tag and thinking it should do more for $20, then that might give you pause. Still, I think it's worth that price. But hey, you don't have to agree with me. I'm just a guy on the internet giving an opinion. That's also why I'm trying to keep the review shorter than I typically do for reviews, so I don't say too much or show too much of the game. Or at least too much of Vivian's portion, since that's all I recorded for the purposes of this review. Jumping back to the game for a second, visually, the game resembles that of an old PS1 title and borrows a lot of its flow from Silent Hill, including the inventory system. But it still does its own thing in its setting, story, and simple but still engaging environment puzzles. And musically, there isn't a lot of music in the game, but there's enough for the scenes that you'd expect music to be in. Otherwise, the game is dead silent, and I can't emphasize enough, I love it for that. Fear the Spotlight is a delightfully short survival horror experience that I can happily recommend to anybody looking for a quick fix between major survival horror title releases, or if they just want a quick little horror game that isn't super scary just in time for spook season. So yeah, the game gets a go for it from me. If $20 is still a steep price for everything that I mentioned with this game for you, then I'd heavily recommend getting it on sale. Fear the Spotlight is available on PS5, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, PC, Linux, Xbox One, and macOS. I should have just said everything. It's probably on your fridge. And with that, I hope you all have enjoyed your stay. I'm TUSDarryl, and I'll catch you guys later.